This celeriac soup with hazelnut and sage is so delicious. It's so super simple to make, and the flavors are gorgeous. They're nutty flavors and lovely earthy flavors from the sage as well. I make the soup first with the celeriac, some hazelnuts, celery, some beautiful stalk and onion. And then I make a separate kind of a relish salsa-like kind of mixture of roasted hazelnuts, sage, and olive oil all mixed together. And then I sprinkle that all on top so you've got that great crunchy texture on it. I cut it in half, and then with a knife then I just peel down then from the sides. It's the easiest way to do it. And then you want to chop them up into small chunks. And then next is the celery. Just take off the top and the bottom, and I'm going to pop that into my stock pot or my broth pot. And then slice the celery down the middle, and then an onion. So into a heavy bottomed saucepan. I'm going to melt my beautiful Kerrygold Irish butter. Popping in all my celeriac and my celery and the onion into that lovely butter. And I'm going to pour in half of the hazelnuts, some of my lovely sea pepper, or else you can use freshly ground black pepper, some good quality sea salt flakes. When I was first training as a chef many moons ago, in fact 19 years ago, I started out in the soup section, and I was there for about a year. And so I know every trick in the book of how to make a really good soup. The first thing, the most important thing, is that you sweat this part really well. You want to sweat it long enough that the vegetables actually nearly completely cook out, because that's when you really build up all the really intense, gorgeous flavours. The minute you put the stock in, the intensity of building up the flavours stops. So give us a really good mix, making sure all the beautiful butter is folded through. Then turn the heat down. A butter wrapper is so handy, because then I pop it on top of the vegetables that I'm sweating, and that will stop it sticking from the bottom and just really intensify all the flavour. And then I let that simmer for about 10 minutes. While my vegetables are sweating, I'm going to toast up the remaining hazelnuts in a dry pan over a high heat. I'm going to chop up my fresh sage. Whenever I smell fresh sage like this, it reminds me of when I used to live in Italy. And a dish that I used to make a lot is I'd get fresh sage and I'd chop it up really finely, and I'd pop it into a pan with some gorgeous good quality butter, make some linguine, and then just wrap it through the pasta. It's like a classic northern Italian dish, and I love it. Stalks of the sage is going to go into my stock pot. My freshly chopped sage goes into a bowl with extra virgin olive oil. So my hazelnuts are toasted. So the easiest way to crush up your roasted hazelnuts is put them on a clean tea towel, and then wrap the tea towel over like that, and then get a rolling pin and then just bash it down, just mind the noise. Look. And then pop the crushed hazelnuts into the sage with the olive oil, mix it all around. We've got this kind of salsa pesto that I'm going to pop on top. See how the vegetables are getting on? Whew. Gorgeous. Yeah, so this is what we want. We want them all sweated down and almost nearly cooked already. It smells like hazelnuts and the celeriac and the celery is just gorgeous. So I've made this broth. A lot of you who watch my videos will know I always have a broth or a stock on the go. And this is basically just all different pieces of vegetables left over, like onion skins and pieces of celery and some herbs, like the stalks and the herbs and everything. Pop it all into a pan, cover it with water, bring it to the boiling, let it simmer for about an hour, and hey ho, you've got beautiful stock. And as the stock is in, I'm just going to leave that to cook away for about 15 minutes and then we're going to blitz it and add in some crème fraiche. So the soup is cooked and next I'm going to blend it up. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, the smell. Put it back onto a low heat and then I just stir in some crème fraiche. And the crème fraiche is for the texture. The lucky people now that you're going to feed with this. They're going to love you forever. Scoop this delicious celeriac and hazelnut soup that tastes like a woodland. It smells like a woodland in Tuscany. Hold up, watch this. This is really when the soup just becomes like alive and like, oh, I love these colors. The beautiful sage green and the texture. Texture for me in soups is really important. That's why you'll always kind of see in my soups, I always have relishes or pestos or coconut flakes or something for that texture. It's a real kind of thing for me with soups. And there we have it, one of my all-time favorite soups actually. Well, right now at this moment. The full recipe is below. You can also see it on my website. Definitely check out the playlist. I have loads of other soups and loads of gorgeous suppers as well. I know it's a teaspoon, but it's the only thing near me. Subscribe.